Today I fucked up by accidentally saying, "I love you." I went on a first date with a guy a couple weeks ago that went well. But not a lot of sexual chemistry and I have a lot going on right now, so I was content never seeing him again. Fast forward to last week. He asks me to go do an athletic activity with him, and I thought alright, that will be our last date because I have a hard time continuing on with dating someone when nothing physical happens in the first 2 dates, edit. Because I feel like it's an indicator that there is not good mutual sexual attraction. And I don't see how the type of date he suggested would lead to that. Well, he ended up getting injured the day before the date and asked instead that we go out to eat. The restaurant closed and we went outside and were just standing by my car talking. He suggested we go somewhere else, maybe his place? Good boy, I thought. Sure, we can go to your place. We talked for a long time and no moves were made and I'm awful at making the first move with a new person, edit. When I feel unsure whether or not I'm attracted to them. So I wasn't one to judge but I was a bit disappointed, edit. That there ended not being a sense of sexual chemistry even though I accompanied him back to the house. And then I looked up and he kissed me. I was fully not expected to have sex on this date but then he picked me up and I just sort of lost myself to the moment. And I had thought my previous partner was a good one but this new man figured out in 20 minutes all the things my previous partner did throughout the entire course of the relationship. Definitely the best sex I ever experienced and I thought first-time sex is always kinda shitty based on my past experience. Anyway, I think he kind of awakened something in me because I have never booty called anyone but I just needed it so badly. I hit him with the classic, "Can I come over?" text too late in the evening for my intention to be mistaken. And this time I was ready to just give myself over to the experience. I actually have never orgasmed with a partner and it finally happened. I was so euphoric I was almost like in a daze and I found myself capable of things I was never good at, in this specific case, being on top. So I was writing him when he said, "Tell me you like bouncing on my dick," and I did, and he said, "Whisper it in my ear." And so I leaned over and whispered it in his ear and we were making out and then he started thrusting and I was like, okay, let me keep going with the whispering things. And so I said, "Fuck me," in his one ear and then went back to the other ear and what I meant to say was, "I love your dick." But when I said, "I love you," a sudden dick thrust knocked me forward and I couldn't finish the sentence. So I panicked and just said normal volume. Not in a sexy way at all. I love your dick. Cold sweat smile. I'm so embarrassed. I don't know if I can go back. I've never done anything like this LMAO. In fact I'm normally a rather quiet partner and I don't really talk dirty but I've also never been fucked like this. And so now I've learned my lesson to not string together the words, "I love you," or, "I love your," during sex in case an untimely thrust cuts me off at an unfortunate time haha. Too long did not read. Meant to say, "I love your dick," but said dick cut me off with a thrust and I ended up saying, "I love you." Edit. Some people seem to be upset about my comments about not making a move but expecting sex soon in a relationship. I've edited above to hopefully clarify. I do not expect men to always make the first move. In this case, I just didn't feel particularly attracted to him at first. I am a pretty sexual person, so attraction is important for me even early on in relationships. Plus, with online dating, things can really drag on if you wait to become attracted. However, this man's action of kissing me and picking me up made me feel attracted to him. And I'm very grateful he did that. I respect him for being vulnerable and showing that he wanted me and in response I reciprocated and will continue to for however long he wants. Go back and update us when you two are married. Glad it worked out in the end, but I have a hard time continuing on with dating someone when nothing physical happens in the first 2 dates. You know it's 2023 and you're allowed to take the initiative, right? Of course you don't like to do that but neither does he. I once said, "I love you bye," at the end of a phone interview for a job at Vanderbilt University. I won't continue if there isn't intimacy within 2 dates. Also, I won't initiate. What? This definitely happened and was not written by a 48-year-old man. Today I fucked up by telling my best friend I don't like her, loser, boyfriend. My best friend, Maria, has a boyfriend and I'll be honest, I haven't really liked him since I first met him. All he does is sit at home and smoke weed. While she has her problems, my Maria is extremely intelligent and hardworking, and has even picked up a part-time job alongside her studies. Maria's BF, on the other hand, has been a NEET for the better part of 2 years. On top of this, they go through a cycle where everything is great and lovely, then horrible and argumentative, then back again. I've spoken to him before and the conversation is decent and I'm having a hard time thinking of positive things to say about him. There's a lot more to why I dislike him, but I'll keep this short. One night we have a little evening together, and Maria breaks down. She starts crying, telling me how awful she feels in the relationship, about how badly they've been arguing, and about how much a toll it has had on her mental health. I told her how highly I think of her and tried to assure her, but I definitely foo by being too blunt. I told a tearful Maria how much a loser her boyfriend is, how he has nothing going for him, how he looks like a Discord mod, and how much better she can do. I asked her what she saw in him and she couldn't give me an answer. It might be worth adding that this was by no means the first time she confided in me with this type of complaint, information. Well, now I don't see her as much, and when I do it is never at her house. We never saw each other super frequently, but it's even less so now. Things between them are, you guessed it, great and lovely again. I still think he's a loser, but I DK how to tell her that I don't mind conversing with him and getting to know him more. I've told her that I'd like to spend one-on-one time with him, but she never brought it up again. She mentions him sometimes in conversation, positively, as of late, and if she's happy, I'm happy for her. I hope she can tell me when, if things get bad again. I wish I saw her more often. I should have stuck to hyping her up instead of breaking her boyfriend down. Too long did not read. I told my best friend that I think her boyfriend is a loser and that she can do better, and now I don't see her as much as I used to. Edit. To clear a few things up and add info here because I was not expecting this amount of engagement. I am female, and my BFF and I have been friends for about a decade. No, I am not in love with her romantically or sexually. As explained in a comment, the "my Maria" remark in this post was originally "my best friend," which I edited on reread. That's my mistake. Although those accusing me of a Freudian slip aren't wrong in that I am protective of her, which leads to my next point. Maria told me her boyfriend pushed her mid-arguments on 2 occasions, resulting in minor injury. I heard him yell at her over the phone. He's also been talking to other women, which has caused a lot of issues between them since she's caught him more than a few times. There's other, albeit less severe, things he's done, but this post is long enough already. I don't hate him for smoking weed. I smoke weed. This event I'm talking about has happened a couple months ago now. We are still friends and still close. I fucked up, but her friendship is super important to me. I've got something fun planned for us. I'm focusing on making sure she knows I'm there to support her. Thank you everyone for pitching in. I've been reading through the comments and wanting to laugh and cringe inside myself. I'm going to bed now, good night. PS good night to the mods too lol. Sorry for the phone formatting. It simply is never a good idea to tell someone that their partner is a loser and encourage them to break up unless the partner is truly abusive. Even then, you are likely to provoke the opposite response than that intended, so one must tread very delicately in the discussions. I've told her that I'd like to spend one-on-one time with him, but she never brought it up again. This is definitely a fuck-up. I want to put your boyfriend through a job interviewing process to see if I approve of your decision to stay with him. Remember, I already told you I don't like him. I'm gonna make an assumption here that there's a really good chance the boyfriend doesn't like you either. You called her, my Maria. You don't own her. Regardless of the rest of the post, this possessive attitude of your friend is insecurity on your part. Neat? Sounds like you're in love with her and hate that she's taken. But also a little psychotic too, especially with the whole, my Maria.